Hi guys, today in our sketchbooks or journals, we are going to be starting by making a Zentangle. Now, some of you did Zentangles with me last year. It's simply a picture where we're just using lines and shapes and patterns to make an image. Doesn't look realistic. It could if you wanted to, but we really just have some fun with the lines and the shapes. So get your journals out and open up to the next page. You're gonna watch me do a little demonstration to remind you how we get started with our Zentangles, and then you guys are gonna make your own. All right, let's get started.
So as we remember last week, we did some doodling in our sketchbook, and today we're going to be making a Zentangle in our sketchbook. Now, we did some Zentangles last year, but I'm just gonna review with you how we make our Zentangle. You can start in your sketchbook. Remember, we want to always get working in that sketchbook or that journal, and you can either use the whole page for it, or I'm going to start with a smaller one here, and we can just start with a square. And now that I've got my square in each of those corners, I'm putting a circle, and now I'm going to connect a line to each of those circles. So you can make it a straight line. You could do different kind of lines. All right, now I'm going to make what is called the tangle. The tangle is one line that connects from one of these points to another point, and it can be any kind of line. I'm gonna do a tangle that has a big curve in it. Maybe I'll do two big curves in it, and then I'm gonna connect it over there. So now we can see by doing that line there, I'm creating a bunch of different shapes. So there's a shape there, there's a shape there, there's a shape there, there's a shape back there. Now inside each of these shapes, I'm going to put a different pattern. And we make these patterns by using our Sharpie, and we can do any kind of patterns that we can think of using lines and shapes. So for this first pattern, I'm just doing diagonal lines. And we can get so detailed with our patterns. We can keep adding more and more designs to our patterns. And the more designs you add and the more patterns you add, it tends to look even more interesting. You guys can always go back in with colors if you want to and add some colors. Now, I don't want to take too long working on this. I'd always rather you guys have time to work on your projects, but I will show you, see in my journal, the very first page I did this giant Zentangle. So I used the whole paper to make it. And, oh yeah, see, here's my tangle. It started there, and it went there, and there, and there, and there, and there. And then I just added some other big shapes, and then I went in and I did lots of different patterns. So you can sort of see all the different kinds of patterns. Sometimes I colored it in, sometimes I just left the patterns. I still go back to this sometimes and add some more patterns to it. I was just working on it earlier and adding some more little flower shapes up over there. So this is fun stuff that you can work on, take a break from it, go back and work on it some more, add some color to it. Just something else that I want you guys to just get used to, just sketching in that journal and having a lot of fun with it. And don't be afraid to make those beautiful oopses. Remember, use a marker and not a pencil, because I don't want you erasing anything. I want you to just go with it. So have a lot of fun, guys. And if you can, send me a picture. I'd love to see it.